So welcome everybody to tonight's evening of the British Astronomical Association Hydrogen Line Group. Saying it like that, I make myself sound like Chris Lintott or from Sky at Night when I've been along to their question and answer sessions, because it's not Chris Lintott now, is it? It's the other chap that does it when they do the question and answer sessions. He has to do the introductory bit. We watch him being filmed. Anyway, this is for the sake of the YouTube video. So welcome everybody. We've got Adrian with us, but unfortunately he's can hear us, but he's got difficulty getting his microphone and his camera to work for some reason this evening. So as long as you're all okay, he's there in the background, but unfortunately we can't see or hear him. Sadly, he has tried several times logging on and off. So Mark there was mentioning bake up, which apparently is pronounced. I think I've always called it backup, I must admit, which
yes,
I feel grossly embarrassed about now. So well, I can just share my screen a second, and you can carry on talking about that, Mark. But I'm just going to pull up here. There we are. This is the place, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. So I've never been there at all. I don't know if anybody else has. You were saying they've got a 1.8 metre dish and a 3-point-something metre dish.
Yes, the 3-point-something metre dish is pointing straight up. It can be steered. The guy in charge of the radio, I can't call it section because it's like a one-man team, that the radio astronomy part. They're mostly interested in optical astronomy, but the guy working on the radio stuff, his main interest, his name is Andy Sirolski, I think. He specializes in meteor detection, and he tells me there's an antenna somewhere in France. You probably know more about it than me. There's a famous antenna somewhere in France which they use as a kind of metric. If they get signals from that antenna, and depending on the distortion or something happens when a meteor enters the atmosphere near this antenna. Anyhow, he can measure something. Don't know what. I've only been there 3 times. Last week I went, and because I'm coming from fairly remote, and they only meet on a Wednesday and a Saturday, I think was a bit hesitant about letting me in, as it were. He came up with the idea to resurrect 1.8 metre dish, and that could be my project.
So sorry to interrupt a second, but this is what you were talking about. So it's the Graves atmospheric radar site, which is down in south of France, and it signals from that. If they bounce off a meteor, we can then pick up with an antenna. It doesn't have to be a Yagi necessarily. Mine's a Moxon over here. The important thing is it's over the curve of the Earth, so you only pick it up if it actually bounces off something in the atmosphere. So sorry to interrupt you.
No, anyhow, that's his speciality, meteors. And he had an idea I could resurrect this 1.8 metre dish, since I told him I'm interested in the hydrogen line, and I'm trying to make observations at home. I haven't had much success, so he suggested we could resurrect the 1.8 metre dish there, and we could hook it up to internet, and I can do observations remotely. So that's what I'm going to start on the 6th of September.
Oh, wish you all the best with that.
Yeah.
That sounds very exciting. What about the 3 metre dish? What do they do with that?
Nothing at the moment. It's on a mounting that it looks like it came off a military tank. It's not active. That's all I know. Like I said, I've only been there 3 times, and each time he has visitors. He's kind of expounding the glamour of astronomy to local schools, and actually I think they also have like tourists that come and visit, but they're mostly looking at the optical astronomy. Under that big dome there's I've forgotten the name now. It's an American telescope manufacturer, begins with, is it L? It's quite a famous make. Anyhow, it's a big telescope, and it's on a very substantial mounting. I think next time I'll make a little presentation then on Bake-Up.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It could be interesting for people, especially if you're interested in optical astronomy. There's lots going on there. Shall I show you my slide on what I'm trying to do at home?
Yes, go for it. Go for it.
Alright, it's a bit embarrassing, but here we go. Where's share? Is anything coming up? I've chosen the screen.
Yes. Yeah. Says dense urban and open urban, an observation
Yeah.
Milky Way from Hazel Grove.
Yeah. Oh, why isn't it? Sorry, it won't go into slide. Oh, you see. What's it doing?
Well, it's gone black now, but it did look very good.
I clicked too many times.
I got to say, you might be saying you're having difficulty getting it working, but there's absolutely no issues with your presentation, which is skills which are amazing. It looks incredible.
So, okay, on the left-hand side is observations at home. On the right-hand side is observations in the open urban location, which is our local allotment. So, on the left-hand side, can you see in the middle right, I've got this Noelec Sawbird LNA 1.4 gigahertz filter and 21 centimeter loop. This is the cake dish design from Alex Petit in Sarah. And at home, all I can get is noise. His top left pictures is from SDR Sharp, and it's horrific. I really give up trying to do this at home. As you can see on the bottom left picture, I'm in a very built-up area. So I couldn't get any signal.
Can you zoom into that top left picture?
Yeah. How can I zoom in? Oh God.
Don't know if that's
How
possible.
to do it in presentation mode, maybe. Got a lot of hysteresis in my. How much do you want?
I want to be able to see what the figures are on the x-axis, if possible.
Oh. It's 1420.25 far left, and far right is 1422.000.
And the one in the middle?
This is 1421.25. That's 1421.5.
Yeah, and on the left side? So the next one along on the left? No. If you go back to next one along besides that. Next one to the left of that.
1421.000.
Yeah, I would say that one across the two notches to the right is your hydrogen signal. Yes, you've got a lot of RFI, but you've still got a hydrogen signal which is clear with two bumps on it, and it's showing Doppler shift because it's away from 1420.405. So you're on one side of the Milky Way, and I would have thought that easy radio astronomy would have processed that.
Okay, I did a similar observation using the Noelec dish. Remember, this observation is done with the Alex Petit umbrella antenna. It's done with that thing. With the Noelec dish, I sent my observations to Ted Klein, who crunched it through Ezra, and it came out with like 1 point. All the rest was bit of a mess. He tried to filter out the noise, but I've tried.
But have you done a drift scan for 24 hours?
I did 3 drift scans for 24 hours. The first one Ted Klein looked at, and we managed to get 1 data point. And the second one, what happened there? Oh, that's right. Out of 33 hours of observations, I had about 11 hours no noise. So I thought that it's impossible in this domestic, in my cluttered urban environment. Now, what I want to show you is, oh God, sorry. Look how clean the signal is in the allotment.
Yep.
It's a completely different environment. It really is amazing. And I got the hydrogen hump, excuse the expression, very quickly in the allotment. And of course I pointed it to a cold part of the sky and no hump, so I'm satisfied. And that's 1420.5, where the arrow is, 1420.5. Yeah?
Yes, yeah.
So I'm happy with the allotment, but of course I don't have a power supply there, so I purchased an old Lenovo T480 computer where you've got hot swap. You can unplug the battery whilst the computer's running and put in a new battery. So I've just bought that and I'm going to set it up this week so I can do 24-hour drift scan in the allotment using the umbrella.
Okay.
That's my next task.
Well, it should be very good.
Yeah. I mean, this was, you can't imagine the joy I had when I saw that hump. I had the computer. Can you see my umbrella?
Yeah.
So the computer is sort of in amongst the courgettes. So we were on our hands and knees, and I was telling my wife, look for this little hump thing.
Why did you put the computer in the courgettes?
Well, I had a theory to get as far away from the umbrella as possible. And I don't want to trespass on someone else's allotment, so and our allotment is absolutely full. Everywhere you go, there's something.
Yeah,
And also, by the way, the big leaves gave me some shadow.
Hi, John.
Otherwise, so I could photograph the screen.
Yeah, well, it certainly seems to be, as you say, making a dramatic difference.
Yeah.
I've had an allotment for the last couple of months as well, and I haven't as yet thought of putting a radio astronomy there, but I think it would be a lot better site than my home.
It's glorious, I tell you. Compared to home, it's a haven of peace. Radio and all sorts of peace. Anyhow, that's all I can show you, really.
Do you mind if I just ask John a second? John?
Hello.
You're quite a knowledgeable person. You're quite a knowledgeable person.
I wouldn't know about that. I don't
so,
know, it's taken me an hour to get onto this meeting, but there we go.
Mark's
got Microsoft in it.
All right. Well, Mark's showing us this slide at the moment of his observations, and he's compared what he gets from his home environment with this umbrella dish that he's made with a circular feed, a la Alex Pettit, on the left-hand side with the same setup being used in his allotment, which is not that far away, but has a far a nice, more visible horizon at a lower level and without other RFI creating sources around. He's got a nice clean trace on the right-hand side, at the top, the left bit of the right-hand side, where it says hump. On the right, on the left-hand side, where the urban environment is, he's had some difficulty when it's been processed by Ted, trying to actually get it into something that looks viable. But I was looking at that plot at the top there on the left in the urban environment, and I thought that's got a really quite nice hydrogen. Oh, you've got rid of it now, Mark. There's that one there. It's got a nice hydrogen or dual hydrogen peak there. It's a Doppler shifted one side of the 1420.405 line, showing it's one side of the Milky Way. It's clearly got an awful lot of RFI with all the various peaks going on there. And I was wondering what you thought might be the cause of all that. Sorry?
Oh, there's a plethora of modern electronics, wall wart power supplies, LED lighting. They all have little switch mode supplies in them that generate noise.
As many peaks across the 1420 megahertz spectrum like that?
I've not witnessed as much noise that high. We've got some wall lights half a mile away in one of our buildings that we use as sort of a banqueting room, so there's sort of nice architectural wall lighting internally. And I can hear on VHF when they're turned on, the noise jumps. They are very noisy. I mean, all this modern switch mode electronic. I mean, every square edge of the switch mode is just generating a wealth of harmonics that just ripple up through the range. I mean, that does look. I mean, Heather might have some comment on that, but that does look very, very noisy indeed. As if there's something pretty much almost in the beam to generate that much.
What do you think, Heather, might be the cause of that?
So there's a couple of questions. On the left-hand picture.
So sorry, Heather, you're a little bit quiet. Is there any way of being a little bit louder? Or is that possible?
Sorry, here a second.
Doesn't matter if you can't, but just asking whether it was possible, that was all. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. We can hear you. I'm just thinking of the video on YouTube afterwards. People, listeners or viewers complain when they can't hear things easily.
That didn't make any difference?
Yeah, a bit better, yeah.
Okay, I'll talk a bit louder anyway. So this left-hand picture, it looks like it's saturating, so the peaks are going off the top of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, one of the side effects of that is that you can quite easily get, a lot of these extra, what they call intermodulation products. So it is possible that you're getting too much signal in there.
Yeah, if you've got a preamp in line with that, I mean, you must have of some sort. What sort of gain have you got at the feed?
Well, it goes to the maximum 42 dB, I think, if I remember correctly.
So you've just got the Sawbird, nothing else besides the Sawbird on there. So the Sawbird's got.
I mean, it could be. As I says, it could be saturation, and you get sort of non-linearities in the amplifier in your preamp, and then you get all sorts of modulation products, which could be what half of those spikes actually are.
So Mark, so the Sawbird contains it's an amplifier, then it's a filter, then it's another amplifier that's within that casing. And if I understand correctly, what Heather and John are saying, they're saying that maybe you've got too much amplification, which is causing problems with the way the signal then is processed inside the Sawbird. Is that right? And that actually is inside the Sawbird or inside the SDR? Inside the Sawbird?
Inside the SDR.
Oh, inside the SDR. And so that might be creating some of your problems. So you might be worth turning the gain down on the Sawbird a bit and see if that improves it.
Right.
I'm not sure you can on the Sawbird, but you can on the SDR.
Would that solve the problem or not? Or would you have to put an attenuator between the Sawbird and the SDR?
I would start with turning the gain down in the SDR and see what happens.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting experiment. What's on the right hand signal? What is your level on the y-axis? I can't read the numbers on the screen. Okay, that's
minus 53, minus 43.
okay. And can we go and have a look at the similar plot on the on your allotment?
Right. Yeah.
What does the A stand for?
Oh, different parts of the sky. So this is A is Milky Way sky and B is cold sky.
All right.
So the hump, that's minus 40.
Yes.
Minus 39, minus 42.
So that's interesting because you've got a very big gain difference between those two. Yeah, that's interesting.
But you can see RF gain here is set at 42.
Yeah, so that's as high as it goes, yeah. You don't have the similar setting for your at-home plot, do you?
I'll have to... I'm like Andrew, I don't know where it is. I'll have to find it.
It's just something to have a play with. If you alter the gain, it'd be interesting to see what happens to all that interference. It might improve.
If you're running your preamplifier into saturation or the early stages of the SDR into saturation, then you will get all sorts of intermod products.
But if I've got noise at 1420.405, isn't it going to mask the hydrogen signal? And it doesn't matter what I do, it'll just be overwhelmed with noise. Is that true?
If you have got noise there, then probably yes. But if the possibility here is that you don't have noise, you have an intermodulation, which is not noise. It's an effect of having too much gain.
Right. Okay.
It by no means guaranteed, but it's a useful thing to check if you knock that gain. Yeah. Knock the gain down and just see what happens.
Because ultimately, what you're looking for is a signal to noise ratio. So you don't need massive gain, as long as there's some signal there above the background noise.
Yeah.
You can work with it. If you keep turning the gain up and you saturate, and then you get all sorts of internal mix of products in the non-linearity of your preamplifier within the receive chain and the SDR.
Right.
If that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be worth having a little play with that, just in case.
I thought for comparison, I might just show you what the signal looks like on the LRO.
I've got another question then to the radio experts. The SDR, when I connect the SDR to the computer with no antenna attached, and I do a frequency, I run this program called Spectrum. I think everyone must know it. I got it from GitHub. I see these two huge spikes, one at 1420.800 and 1421.125. Are those being generated by the SDR itself?
It does sound possible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they look like that as well. These peaks.
So where does the spectrum program take its source from? Is it's still reading from the SPI, is it, or the what are you feeding into it? What signal?
Well, it's scanning all the frequencies. I mean, it's detecting. Can you still see my screen?
No, we just see your camera at the moment.
I understand it's scanning all frequencies that the SDR can handle. So it's from 100 kilohertz or whatever it is up to 2 point something gigahertz.
Okay.
Is this the one?
Seems to, yes. That's right. I was Googling trying to find out how people keep saying, well, you need a spectrum analyzer. Well, I don't have one. And then I found other people saying, well, look, the SDR is a spectrum analyzer. You can use it like one.
Yes.
Yeah, the SDR will fulfill that function.
Yeah. Anyhow, Andy, next, on the 6th of September, I'm taking my Noelec dish to Bake Up. And he's got a signal generator there. He's going to zap it with 1420 megahertz and make sure my dish is working. The other thing, I couldn't understand the technical side of the dipole. It's called a gallon. Was it I've forgotten the name now. Have you taken your Noelec to pieces, Andrew?
No, that's John or Heather or other Andrew or somebody might be one of the people to do that, or maybe even not me. I don't know what's inside it. It's just it's a box with something that goes in and something comes out the other side, and I can stick a power supply independently if I want to as well.
Did you mean a ballon, Mark?
It's a special kind of ballon. I forgot what it's called now. Invented by some Swiss guy in the 1940s.
Where did you find that information?
On a forum, on the SARA forum, Alex Petty, people were firing questions about the antenna, and he explained how it works. I'm so badly prepared, I could have shown you something.
I found a diagram online of somebody who'd had a damaged Sawbird NOAA and therefore opened it up to take a look, but that one doesn't show a ballon on it. But of course it's not exactly the same Sawbird, so could easily be a different design.
Can I share my screen again?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll show you something.
So this ballon that has a dipole is actually at the feed on the dish? Or
Yes.
Antenna. So the only real effect it would have, apart from impedance matching, is perhaps literally balance the bore site of the antenna. Because if one side's grounded and one side's the active element, as it were, it's going to be looking off to the side ever so slightly compared to a balanced antenna, which will be looking along the sight line of the dish.
Can you see my screen? This is the Noelec, and that is the boom antenna. Can you see where my cursor is? The boom antenna.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't tear it apart. Someone else did. I found this on the internet. That's what it looks like. Couldn't quite understand how the whole thing works. So you've got the sheath connected to both conductors, to the core and the sheath. It's soldered further down. I can show you mine because I photographed it. There we are. This is the email from Alex Pettit explaining the Guanella balun.
Yeah.
So Adrian's made a comment because he can't speak. I'll just relay his comment. He says it's just a dipole.
It's a
dipole
dipole
with a quarter wave stub.
Yeah, the bit before the actual, as you're looking at that picture, the horizontal piece forms the impedance matching and the balun.
The right-hand piece. Sorry, I don't quite understand.
Yeah, because they're joined at the bottom where the braid is. Right. So that the continuation from the braid up to where it turns left and right. Is actually a critical length and is probably a quarter wavelength.
It is. It's about just under 5 centimetres.
Quite precisely a quarter wavelength at 1420.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is what forms the balanced nature of that antenna.
So I was tearing apart my antenna just because I wondered if it's something wrong with it, if it's working or not. I believe
that is I've had a similar design I used a lifetime ago on weather satellite reception on a similar frequency just above hydrogen line.
Right.
It's the same thing.
And yeah, I'm pretty sure my antennas is okay. It's sound. So when I go to Bake Up on the 6th of September, we're going to just check it out in any case, but like I said, I've only seen the hydrogen hump so far with the umbrella dish, not with this Noelec parabola.
But have you tried it out in the allotment?
No.
That's what you would need to do.
Yes. On that, I want to do another drift scan, so I want this computer that will run for 24 hours. And the other thing that's driving me nuts, trying to orient this stellarium, trying to estimate the elevation. I mean, how do you guys... I don't have an equatorial mount. I was thinking of buying one of these level meters for DIY to get the angle, the elevation.
You look at the screen now.
Is that one of those DIY?
We can't actually. Hang on, let's pull you up.
Yeah.
Visible to you?
Yes.
These are only about £4.50.
Ah, right.
They are practically free, with a magnetic base. So you can just sit them on whatever it is you want to sit them on, or just rest it on a piece of wood, or whatever you're.
Yeah.
You can put it on one of the diagonals of your feed mount on your dish, and then zero out. Put it on the horizon and zero out the angle of that boom, and then elevate the dish to get a reading, or mount it around the back of the dish on its magnetic base and zero that out to get a true reading of where the dish is facing. These are practically free. They're about £5.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get one of those.
I mean,
eBay and elsewhere.
we've got one on Temu at £7.46, overpriced one at £17 on Amazon there, but eBay may well have.
It's been a while since I bought those, but you shouldn't pay more than a tenner.
Okay.
Or let's go for the Great AliExpress and see what they'll charge you direct from China. Digital inclinometer, but you can download them onto your phone. This is where I started. Here we are, £4.30.
Yeah, £4.30. Yep.
That's on AliExpress, which they may make you buy two if you to get free postage or something. But anyway, I thought I might just while I got this up, I thought just for comparison purposes, I thought I might just show you the current. This is as we speak, signal coming in through from the ptarmigan array here, just to give you an idea of the noise level that we've got. It is a bit jiggly in the background, which is bouncing off the patio doors and all sorts of things. And then the solar cooker dish at the moment is a bit cleaner. That's a little bit further away. That's a 1.5 metre solar cooker dish. So just to give you, I don't have quite the large spikes that you're getting, but I have in the past had a nice great big spike at 1420, and I've had some spikes at other places as well, and not as many as you've had, but certainly I found that Easy Radio Astronomy has been able to get rid of 3 or 4 spikes without any real issues.
Right. Okay.
But you do seem to be a bit unlucky with all that stuff. I mean, how much, guys, do you think bouncing off concrete and bricks in the area would make a difference?
Yeah, you don't want multi-marking like that.
But we get stuck with what's in our gardens, though, don't we? Might not want it.
What about a heat pump mounted at like the second floor of my neighbour? She's got a heat pump on the wall.
God. Yeah, that sounds inefficient.
And then she's got security cameras at the front and the back and the side. Surrounded by electro-smog, this place.
Yeah.
Classic interference is solar panels.
Really? They produce
It's the inverters that follow them, and they don't filter them.
Ah. Do you have solar panels, Mark?
No. Nobody in close proximity has got solar panels here. The nearest house, I think, is one street away, maybe 300 or 400 yards away.
Just a quick look on Google, and a few people have commented on radio interference from heat pumps. Sorry, who did I accidentally interrupt?
Yeah. So it's digital control electronics that's doing it. The actual pump itself or the solar panel isn't the problem. We did a space station contact at a school at Bexhill-on-Sea, and we were tracking the ISS on the path before to get a characterization of our antennas and know that it was all good. 90 minutes later, when it comes round to the actual contact, about 30 seconds into the contact, we must have hit the sweet spot on the solar panels on a housing estate next door, and it was absolutely end-stop noise. The only way we could actually hear the ISS was to feed audio from a friend in Belgium, in the Netherlands, back to the over the internet to us, to bring out on the mixer desk so that we had the sound in the classroom. It absolutely wiped it out, and that was solar panels. But the panels themselves don't. It's the inverter electronics behind it, which is not filtered, and then the panels themselves act as antennas to re-radiate that noise.
Perfect.
Cool.
That's a good
Yeah, it's
backup.
just a total disaster, but we had a friend in the Netherlands as backup.
Oh gosh.
Isn't there a legal requirement to filter noise on these products?
You'd like to think so, but no.
Oh, okay.
They're built for a price, and putting filters in costs money.
Yeah.
It drives you to drink. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
The actual answer is yes, it is a legal requirement to filter them, but try telling that to the Chinese.
Yeah.
Yes, please, John. I'd like one as well.
Would you like one of these?
What's that?
Water.
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 It's a very nice single malt.
Tap water.
Actually, that's what I've got.
I'm trying to get Zoom. I'm trying to get
Looks good.
trying to get Teams to work, with the Zoom credential didn't help, or vice versa. I hadn't realised
I haven't got anything.
So before we, thank you very much, Mark. That was absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
For somebody who said he didn't have anything to talk about, you've kept going for nearly an hour. And thank you everybody else for your comments. I certainly learned a great deal from that. So that's absolutely marvellous. I just checked the number of people when we started, but we've had a few people join since. Just to ask, is there anybody who's coming to UCARA at Harwell at the end of the week? That's the European You're coming, are you, Tony? And you're coming, John, too.
Yeah,
Marvellous, marvellous. So
my wife is coming with me as well, so there'll be two of us.
oh wow. Well,
I don't know what's the risk assessment required for this receiver? Is it going to be excited about this? All 83 grams of it. You've got to despair, and I'm not bringing the dish. I'm just bringing this receiver.
I've already done a risk assessment for the table, and it includes a lot more than that. And I think they've already come back to say that they're not worried about it. No one's going to stop you putting that on the table. And there's a few extra things I'm shoving on the table that weren't on my original risk assessment, so we've got a few things to sort out when we get there. I mean, the uranium-235 pile I'm going to stick on there might cause some issues next to the plutonium.
Yeah, the TNG in the corner running it to power it all. Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Yeah, exactly. It's only about 10 or 20 kilograms of the stuff, so I don't know why they're worrying. As long as you don't put it together.
I think I might have to bring a Geiger counter.
I think they're just worried about upsetting Harwell. That's all it is. I somehow think it's going to be a bit more relaxed when we get there. It's like all the business we've got to take photo ID.
Yes, reminds me of a visit to Jodrell Bank when I was doing my first stages of a degree there. And you walk past one of the offices, and I saw double back and looked through the door again. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. There was a mouse, a cordless mouse, upside down on the desk with a nail through it. There's a nail into the desk with the batteries taken out, with a note put next to it saying, "Don't do this again, or you will be next."
Oh well.
Clearly, a cordless mouse operating on 2.4 gigs. It's quite a large signal source when you've got a 76-metre dish just the other side of the wall.
Oh dear.
What a question from people. Working in that environment as well.
Okay. So moving on to yourself there then, John, as you're speaking and drinking your whiskey before you get a bit too sluggish with it. Is there anything you'd like to talk about this evening?
No, I've been shamelessly slack on the whole radio thing. Whilst we've had some nice weather, I've been in a different workshop building cars, not in the radio workshop building radio astronomy receivers. But they're in the 2.4 metre dish, poised to go into the garden. Concrete slab is sitting there. Cable duct comes from this room and pops out 6 feet from it. So it's we're getting closer to actually having a more permanent installation. So with a 2.4 metre dish. I was a bit sluggish on moving the dish off the trailer because there was supposed to be a kind of space week at the RAF Cosford Museum, which I was going to take it all there and set it all up and run Easy RA and all the rest of it. But I think they're crying off us doing that now. So they've had their chance. So the dish is going to get fully bolted into the garden now. And they'll have to wait until they make another more portable system for next time.
Yeah, I remember you saying before that was going to happen. Oh God!
Yeah, they've cried off on the whole thing now, apparently.
Sorry, we've got a bit of a storm outside the window here. Forgive me. Anyway, so yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure we're all looking forward to seeing more about that when it gets moving.
I might try and make another similar sized portable system for next summer. I think Heather's probably going to go to it as well. There's a thing called EMF Camp, which is at Eastner Castle near Ledbury. Sort of, where are we? Herefordshire, Worcestershire border area, not far from Malvern. And it's basically geeks in the field for a long weekend. Lots of lecture streams going on, lots of interesting stuff. A lot of it more programming oriented, but nonetheless, radio astronomy would be a good fit with that.
Ah, electromagnetic field camp held at East Norcastle Deer Park, just east of Ledbury, Herefordshire.
That's the one. Yeah. They hold it every 2 years. It used to move around, but they've now got gigabit internet into that field, so that's now become their permanent home.
Oh.
So there's normally 3 or 4 mark extra streams running. Different groups of people set up their village, as it were. So we'll be there as the amateur satellite and hobby television village, with a mixture of basically amateur radio, microwaves, television, satellite kind of operating. Maybe some high altitude balloon type work. Depends what takes their favour at the time.
Sounds great. So when's that?
It's a bit of a giggle. I can give you the dates. Just give me one moment. So I believe it's the 16th to the 19th of July next year. They've moved the date, luckily, because it used to clash with a kit car show, which is also a fixture in my calendar, since I tend to drive only cars that have been handcrafted. Whereas there's a lot of interest goes on in the form of radio and computing, networking. There's a lot of randomness, isn't there, Heather? You've witnessed it a couple of times.
So when do they release the tickets for that?
Good question, well presented. They come out in, I think, 3 tranches. The first lot tend to sell out in about 5 seconds flat. You're lucky to get in on the second tranche. And then pretty much you get in on the third wave. The way to guarantee a ticket, I suppose, is to offer up a talk. So you could have a radio astronomy camp alongside our satellite radio camp. It wouldn't be a bad fit. and then you can do demonstrations or whatever over the weekend. That would almost certainly guarantee an opportunity to get a ticket. There's a lot of university student age people coming through. It's a mixture of all sorts, really. But it's a good fertile hunting ground for other budding radio astronomers.
Oh, right, okay. Are you going to that then, Heather?
I usually do. I hope to this year. I gave a talk last year on receiving satellites. We were thinking we might put on a radio meteor detection little demonstration this year. It's basically, John sums it up quite nicely. It's what happens when you get 3,000 geeks all in the same field for 4 days. Last year we arrived, there was a guy playing with a 45-mile-an-hour Henry Hoover.
45-mile-an-hour Henry Hoover.
under radio control.
Yeah.
And another guy playing a Tesla coil organ.
Oh.
So he's got a backing beat playing on a drum machine, and he's striking up the Tesla coil at different notes to play along with it, creating 6-foot sparks. It's quite something else.
So they clearly didn't have quite the same attitude to health and safety that Yukara has then.
Oh, he was vaguely inside a chicken mesh covered gazebo.
All right.
He wasn't taking any chances. It was us, the rest of us mere mortals, out watching it, thinking how close do we get there? No, there's a good fence around him. You weren't at any risk. But there's a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Perhaps Mark should decamp his 1.8 metre dish from up there in Yorkshire and bring it down.
I don't know. I think it's going to be cemented in position.
Well, you had your. Go, John.
Yeah, well, I took a 2.4 metre last time. The time before that, I think we had a 60-foot tower with satellite tracking antennas on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And lights up the side, of course. That's what you have to do at EMF camp, have lots of flashing lights. They're like the programmable LED strings of lights to spell out rude words and generally amuse. It's good. Good facilities. I mean, I know there's 3,500 geeks in the field, but there's good loo, good showers. It's good.
Oh, give it a consideration.
The infrastructure of the site actually has its own talk to actually get the setup. There's lots of Portaloo boxes about the place, but they're not loos. They're network data hubs, pushing the gigabit internet around the site for everybody to access the internet.
Wow.
Because it is geeks in the field who can't be without their internet.
Okay, so moving on to yourself then, Heather, is there anything you'd like to talk about this evening?
Not really. I just really upset that I can't get to the event next weekend. I've had 5 different invitations to go to the event, including yours. But unfortunately, I'm committed to other things that weekend. But maybe next year. I think Brian Coleman will be there with the Meteor Beacon Network. So I'll be kind of represented through that. But no, I haven't managed to do much in the last couple of months. But hopefully that'll improve now once we've got next weekend out of the way anyway.
Okay, well I hope you have a good weekend, whatever it is you're going to be doing next week. Or this week, I should say. In the week.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Moving on to you, Tony, then. What about yourself? Anything you would like to tell us about this evening?
Not tonight, Andrew. I've been on holiday and fairly busy with work, unfortunately, the last few weeks. But I'm hoping that will ease off soon. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to Saturday, and especially looking forward to your talk. I think it's on Sunday. I think yours is it? Yeah. But I'm also looking forward to.
It is, but you don't have to say that, by the way. Just because I'm the chair of this meeting, you don't have to say you're looking forward to my talk.
I am indeed, yes. And the last one I went to was very good. Yeah.
Sorry, you can heckle by all means heckle. Yes, by all means heckle.
Yeah. It'd be good to see you there, John, as well. It'd be nice to say hello.
Yeah, it'd be good.
In person as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good. I'm at another event in the evening.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a new list.
Okay.
There's a new event
the dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be there on the Friday night for the dinner, but I'll be there Saturday morning with a hangover from the music concert.
Yeah. I won't be there Friday. The dinner's on Saturday, isn't it? Conference dinner Saturday? Yeah, that's the program. I was very bad. I didn't look at the actual delegate information till quite late. But anyway, that's my bad. But I think the dinner is Saturday. Yeah. But anyway, I'll see you there during the day anyway.
Yeah, I'll be there in the daytime, and then taking it back up the M4 to catch the next band on the stage at the music gig.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, and I'm also looking forward to all the inspiration as well that I'm going to get over the weekend. Yeah.
Oh, but for Heather's sake, we just say it's going to be a very boring weekend, and you're not going to miss anything at all, Heather.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
You made the right decision not to go. Anyway,
I don't know about that.
I've never been to one before, so I've no idea what it's going to be like. And given that I'm on the steering committee and doing various things, it's probably going to be a complete, utter failure. But there we are. Particularly, I recommend to you, John and Tony, that you don't come along to the Nano VNA workshop, which is likely to fall to pieces very rapidly. Or if you do come along, please help me out.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah.
Oh dear. I don't know why I offered to do a workshop. That was probably a very silly thing to do.
I'm especially looking forward to that now.
You need to bring one of our own.
Might be a good idea in case mine conk out. Yes, that's actually not a bad idea at all. Probably find mine are not charged or something.
And a spectrum analyzer as well.
That sounds a good idea.
Very good. Yeah.
Can have an impromptu how to sort out a Nano VNA that doesn't work, given that it's supposed to be used to sort out aerials. Anyway.
Yes, very, very practical.
Yeah. So last but not least, to Andrew. The reason I've left you last, Andrew, is you're just before me. You've got a brilliant name, and you've also got a very good hairstyle. So give you pride of place.
Thank you. Yeah. Now I was hoping to get some more comparisons done on single monopole versus dual monopole on the dish, but we've had our satellite broadband internet problems, which we've only just fixed. So I've only just got the dish back up and running again remotely. But in the meantime, I have found that within the West Virginia University radio astronomy GNU radio kit, there is a mistake in their software, which I have fixed, and that is that they do a spike removal and a Gaussian curve smoothing. And what they do is they compare the region where the hydrogen line is, so between 1420.2 megahertz and 1420.8 megahertz, and then they take the median of that to compare with the rest of the spectrum to sort out what's noise, what's not. But they hard-coded the range into the determination of the mean, rather than so you can vary the size of the spectrum and where the peak frequency is, but in the coding for this, because they've actually put the numbers in the code, it doesn't actually vary that region of the spectrum that they're looking at. So I've recoded that, and I need to test that out next. If that makes any sense at all.
Yes. Okay.
So So that's not Easy RA then. It's another.
Yeah, I can't get
So
Easy RA. Yeah, I can't get Easy RA to work either in Linux or in Windows yet. So I've still got to work on that. So I'm using GNU Radio.
I'd still like to see if we can organise some time together, Andrew, so you can give me a basic introduction to GNU Radio, because
Sure.
I've downloaded it, but I can't seem to work out how it actually meant to function. That's my idiocy, but I'll get in contact with you separately to organise something after UCARA, and also I'm going to the British Science Festival the following week, which is in Liverpool this year. Just go for a year too, and then so after that,
Sure.
we'll set something up. Thanks. Okay. So, anything else, Andrew, or was that?
No, that's
okay.
it.
Well, we also have Adrian online, but unfortunately, Adrian's microphone and his camera have not been working this evening. He's tried multiple times to relog back on to get it to work, without any success, sadly. So unfortunately, he won't be able to present anything. But I have got something that I'm just quickly proposing to present to you, which are actually some little bit of new data, which is going to be presented at UCARA. So Tony and John, if you want to switch off, if you don't, or at least go point in the other direction if you fancy, then you're more than welcome more than welcome to do so.
I don't mind listening. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I've done is, let's get rid of the online stuff. Did I have it here somewhere? You know when you...
Very suspicious chap in a suit and tie there.
Yes, that's for my talks. It looks good. He looks much better than I do, so I send him... Where are we? There we are. Plots for BAA group. So what I've done is I've processed all the data up to date on all three telescopes. I found that if you can't actually take data from different telescopes with different settings and put it together and then process it all, the original data files in Easy RA, but when you process stuff in Easy Radio Astronomy, it produces intermediate files, and you can put all the intermediate files, even though they come from different telescopes with different apertures and even different lengths, maybe pointing in different directions, or even different integration times. You can take those intermediate files and then you can process them together to create a single output. And this is the result of my entire data set over about the last 18 months, which is 2 million plus observations from the three different telescopes. You've got the ptarmigan array, which is 86 by 86 centimetres. You've got a data set for a few months from the 1.5 metre solar cooker, and also a data set that's been coming out of the 13 element Alex Pettit Yagi, all in my garden. So this is what we've ended up with. We've got the and I've tried to match them here to a picture I found online of the Milky Way. So I've got a rather nice prominent Perseus arm coming out. Clearly got some showing up at the Norma arm. We even might have a little bit of the Scutum arm at the top here, possibly. I can tell you from other processing that there's also a little bit of the Sagittarius arm in there as well, although it's maybe not obvious for this particular plot. And it also shows the extent that I can pick up data from my location as well, because where it sits at the top is it's where it sort of hits the top of a house next door. Which is one thing I might mention to Mark, is just make sure that part of your problem might not be that you're pointing too close to trees or a house. You might need to increase the elevation or change the direction a bit.
Yeah.
Antenna maintenance requires a chainsaw. Yes.
Yes, there is that as well. There is that. So anyway, so that's the image. And then what I've done here is had a go at turning them into 3D plots using Rinnen 3D. So you can see this Perseus arm here is very obvious. This blue bit at the top here. This stuff down here. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
This is RFI at the top of the plot down here. And again, you can see the RFI on the right-hand side. You can see the that brighter arm coming through, and the main arm coming through there. If we go back to the original plot, so we've got again the Perseus arm, and then we've got the Norma arm. So I can't remember what I said. So that's the Norma arm, and that's the Perseus arm there. Sorry, I think I might have mislabeled them before. And again, you can see them, and each of these is a slice, 2 degrees. I think it's a 2-degree slice that's going through the galaxy, just from different directions. Some of them more useful than others.
Yeah, it looks very good. It looks like a really good match with the photograph as well.
Yeah. So there we are. So I thought I would just give you a heads up on what's going to be shown at UCARA, and I think it gives you go back to the original picture. I think it gives you an idea with a 1 meter size dish, roughly the sort of best you can get out of this type of thing, really.
Yeah, it looks very good.
So that's all I wanted to show this evening. Just to say thank you very much to you all for your contributions, which have been wonderful and very, very interesting indeed.
Can I quickly show you my screen for a moment?
Yes, you're very welcome.
Sure. I just on a slightly different note, I took a picture of the Milky Way. I don't know whether that's going to work or not. Can you see
I can
that?
see it. Yeah.
So you're staying up after midnight, Heather. You'll get into trouble.
Say again?
You must have been staying up after midnight.
I was just after midnight about a week ago.
Yeah, I'm going to say, to get it vertically in the sky like that from this location, that's after midnight.
Yes. Anyway, there you go. That's the optical part of what you've just been talking about, Andrew.
That's gorgeous.
Very good. Yeah.
Do you know, sometimes you can just get really jealous of people. Is that your back garden?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
See my HF antenna in the at the bottom there.
Wow. Any spare houses in their area?
We're quite a long way from anywhere in the way of houses.
Well, we can offer you houses by the weekend.
Why, what's happening at the weekend?
No, we have holiday lets here.
Oh, I see.
This farm.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
down the road from them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's an idea, actually. That is an idea. Maybe we should all have maybe we should all have a hydrogen line party down near you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, why not? We do a microwave. People are now calling it the winter microwave retreat. But we do a amateur radio microwave weekend in November. This year is the 23rd, 24th. So people come for the day or 2 days or stay for the weekend.
Mm.
And it's quite a sociable time. Shall we say? Cheers.
I'm sort of getting the idea.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Anyway, there's talk of a lack of spectrum, but somebody wanted a spectrum analyzer earlier.
Oh,
You don't have to spend a fortune.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a tiny SA, or SA, or SA Ultra they call it, I think.
Yeah.
And these aren't ridiculously expensive, and it has a coverage up to, I think, 100 kilohertz to 5.3 gigahertz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will think about
It's worth
that.
looking at. They're on AliExpress and eBay and elsewhere.
Yeah.
Certainly don't. Not a lot of money, really, in the big scheme of things.
I'm not trying to sell Amazon here, but just to give you an idea,
Yeah.
tiny essays. Where was it? There was one here a minute ago. Where's it gone? £75 it looks like.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Very, very handy.
I mean, the
And
Ultra
to
one's a bit
peak
more
hold,
expensive.
the waterfall display, they can run, but they can't hide if you've got one of those. Any transient noise, you can catch it and see it in the waterfall. And you've got a peak hold. So you've got two traces on the screen, one live, one peak, and then the waterfall below it. So there's anything transitory, you will see it, and it will remain on the screen.
Is it okay if I contact John or Heather by email if I've got questions about radio stuff?
No problem.
Thank you.
yeah, please do.
Thanks.
Please do.
'Cause you're the radio specialists?
We do a lot of radio, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been playing radio since I was in short trousers.
right. That's what I need.
And professional.
Yeah. I'm absolutely amazed
Whereabouts are you, by the way?
at what you can do with
geographically?
these things. Huh? Where am I? Near
Whereabouts?
Stockport.
Yeah.
Near Stockport. Near the Peak District.
Yeah. Okay. So we're both Shropshire, not far from each other down here.
And where are you?
So,
In
near Shrewsbury, I suppose, or Telford.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
been two big towns.
Okay, I know. That's not too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as the next meeting date, normally we have this on the first Monday. Is that still okay for people? That would be the 6th of October.
It does clash for me. I couldn't go. I normally go to a Royal British Legion meeting on a Monday. You see, the first Monday. Any other Monday is fine. First Mondays I can't really do.
Okay.
I can't do that one, but don't worry. I mean,
Well, that means we've got
everybody
two.
else can.
Means we've got 2 people out of 7 who can't make it. That seems a big enough number to me to change it. How about the 13th of October? How does that fare?
That works. That works for me.
Heather,
Yeah.
Andrew, Mark, you okay with that date?
Yes.
I can't do the 13th, but it's okay.
Who's that can't do the 13th? Oh, Andrew. Okay. Okay. Hang on. We don't need to.
I can't do the 20th either.
How about the 29th of September? Slightly earlier,
That works.
because I mean, it's a long month, September. So so that would still be 4 weeks away.
Oh, September.
Even though we're September today, it would be.
Which are you thinking of? Sorry.
29th of September, as October seems to be problematic for most people.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can't make it, but don't worry about it. I'll catch up.
Okay.
And for all those with SDRs and receivers, actually, it might be of interest during October. We're doing a space station contact probably on the Saturday the 18th of October. That's the target date. That'll be on VHF.
Right. So would we have to come down to you to see that if we wanted to?
But for those with a receiver,
Yeah.
should be able to pick it up. Because we're talking to a school at Leamington, Warwickshire.
So trying to remember the frequency. Is that 168 megahertz? Is it?
145.8.
145.8. Okay. And that.
What day is
also
that, John?
should have. We hope to have video downlink as well on 2.4 gigahertz.
Right.
That's been upmasked, to use the terminology, and is back installed and working. So there should be a live stream you can watch as well. So I don't feel that you have to listen to it live. You can watch it on the internet live streamed. If you just search for ARIS, ARRIS, Amateur Radio International Space Station, sorry, ARISS, you can find the live stream and follow the events of the day, because it's only an 11-minute contact, but the kids doing the questions and answers bit with the astronaut, which I'm not sure who it is. We'll often do a bit of a floor show to start with, and then we carry it on afterwards, perhaps with an Easter astronaut or scientist. So it becomes quite an interesting event, especially if we've got live video coming down off the ISS of the astronaut we're speaking to. That's always good.
Okay. So,
hopefully have more details next weekend for that.
well, if you let me know more the details, I can send them. Or in fact, I think you've got all the email. Perhaps send it out to all of us when you've got it, if that's okay.
Probably can do, yeah.
Yeah.
But we still haven't determined exactly where we're holding it yet. There's a scout group at Leamington who would want to do this, and we're trying to find a school to host us. And they're saying we could go in on the Friday and set up for the Saturday morning. And we're like, no. If we're operating a contact on the Saturday morning, I want to be in there on the Tuesday night, starting to set up the equipment. So we've got everything running and everything smooth, and no solar panels on a nearby housing estate going to cause us any trouble.
No. Yeah.
No surprises. You know how it is.
Okay. So
You get 11 minutes and one shot at it.
yeah, so it's quite a long contact though with the ISS. I'm also I'm also a member of an astronomy group in Malaysia, in Penang, and they think that 2 minutes with the ISS is a good length.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get an overhead pass.
Yeah,
So we've got an opportunity for up to 20 questions and 20 answers, I hope, if they're quick about it.
So at the moment we're going with the 29th of September. The other option would be to change it to a different day, but should we just go with the 29th of September, or would we want to change it to a different day? Okay, let's just go with the 29th of September then. Sorry, it'll be a shame that we won't have you there, Tony, but
No, don't worry about it. I might have time to make up something by the next one.
okay, right. So I'll just put that in my diary. Thank you, everybody. It's been a really, really enjoyable evening, and I really appreciate seeing you all again. And I look forward to seeing you, John and Tony, at the weekend.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be good.
Yeah, see you there.
I'm hoping to take a few pictures, Heather and Andrew and Mark. So at the next meeting, I might be able to show you a few Yukara pictures to show you what you've missed. Okay.
Thank you.
All the best, everybody.
Right, well,
Bye, everyone.
Bye now. Bye bye.
Bye.